everyone, and welcome to another commentary podcast. I'm Captain Logan.
I'm Eric.
Today we are doing part 2 of the rousing pilot for VR Troopers. Yesterday, Eric introduced me to this show for the very first time. As I said yesterday, I think I saw this like one time when I was a kid. I barely remembered anything about it. And Eric said, yeah, I want to show this to you cold, and I want you to do a commentary with me on it. And I was like, okay, I'll try anything once. And so today we're going to do the second part of this. And,
you know you're gonna watch this with Jason tomorrow, don't you? Don't you lie to me.
If for nothing else, but the theme song, because that theme song. I gotta tell you, this is the only time, Eric, that I have ever in a synopsis on Netflix seen the phrase "scug fight." And with that in mind, everybody, please get your show to timestamp 0. Again, this is the second episode of season 1. It's on Netflix, but if you happen to own it, if you are a VR Troopers fan, of course you can watch it that way as well.
A connoisseur, if you will.
A VR Troopers connoisseur. Maybe one of those folks can explain to me how the virtual reality works in this, because I do not understand.
Well, there's something about breaking the reality barrier. So I heard that.
I saw that, yeah, the reality barrier. Okay, we'll pay more attention and look for that. Anyway, get everything to timestamp 0, and I would recommend watching it with us, because we're going to be kind of all over the place seeing this for the first time. Please press play as soon as I say now. Eric, are you ready,
I'm
sir?
ready.
Everybody press play right now.
I like that they count down to the theme song. We don't get right into it. We gotta build up to it.
Eric, just when he's human, the villain is so obsessed with his iguana. He's like, yeah, I got an iguana.
I like that their morphers look like they're from Sailor Moon. I understand why this didn't catch on as much as Power Rangers, because those were belt buckles. They weren't like bejeweled. I don't know.
Also, you'd expect your uniforms to be more, I don't know, uniform? Like, they don't look like the same people made them.
Hey, the guy that plays Zarkon or Zeker, the bad guy. What's his name?
Well, now that you've just rattled off 12 permeations of it, I'm not an expert yet. I watched 20 minutes of this with you talking in my headset.
It's Zer something. He's a Baldwin, apparently. Because that's what it said on the credits.
Is he one of the Baldwins?
I don't know. I'm going to look it up.
Oh, so we're still furthering this background. Is this Ryan Steele?
That's all you can ask of anyone, is never give up.
Never surrender.
No retreat, no surrender.
I was doing Galaxy Quest.
I know. Isn't no retreat, never...
No, it's never give up, never surrender.
Oh.
That's the reason I referenced it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, the 42nd sector. That's the sector that's the answer to the ultimate question of life, the universe, and everything.
His name is Gardner Baldwin. He does not have a Wikipedia page, so I'm assuming he is not of the Baldwins.
So, dude, I'm thinking you don't really need to point at the dude on the computer screen and say I found him when he's the only thing on the screen. Look, there he is, right there. Yeah, I got eyes, pal. I can also see him.
VR Troopers was originally going to be called Cybertron.
Wow. I can see why they didn't get away with that. I mean, it's a better title, but...
Man, this happens to me all the time.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, they totally look like they're actually dropping into that ravine there. Like that's what my face does when I'm careening into a ravine.
Well,
yeah,
wait.
Why don't you tell people when their cars can fly? Oh, and you just wait. How did you have time to do that?
Zictor. Well,
how did you have time to just go to their car and make it fly?
No, see, I'm more concerned about why he killed their brakes, took control of the car, and sent them off a ravine. Why didn't he just say, by the way, your car can fly now?
Yeah, because clearly he's not theatrical enough for that, right?
He knows their names?
Yeah, so he knows they're VR trooper. Okay, how does he know that? And how are they so calm about the fact that they just suddenly became superheroes?
Well, I mean, in life,
Like they're taking to this pretty quick.
hey, Gardner Baldwin was in Masked Rider, which I'm not sure if it's on here or not, but that'd be fun to watch the pilot for too. Yes, he does not appear to have any connection the um to the Baldwins, and the last thing he was in was VR Troopers.
That was the weirdest commercial break cut.
They
Where it's like, oh, I'm fixing his shoulder, or scanning it, or whatever they were doing. And like you come back and we're still doing that. Well, so they jump like putties, like they jump over each other in the sky like putties do.
well, that's just a tokusatsu thing.
Is it okay? All
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
Well, there's just a whole bunch of stuff in this where I'm like, that's so Power Rangers.
but they've got
And
creepy
I mean, yeah,
faces.
I expect a lot of that, but I mean, there's a lot more of it just in the directing and stuff than I guess I expected. But then again, it's the exact same people making it.
That seems like a design flaw.
What's that?
They disintegrate when they touch.
Well, that's not any worse than Hit the Z.
I think it's a little worse than Hit
Actually,
the
yeah,
Z.
it's maybe a little, especially if they're jumping over people in the air. They could over each other in the air. They could accidentally hit each other while they're dramatically entering.
What happens if they're just marching along and somebody like stops short and they all bump into each other?
It would be a domino effect. Wait, it's just like the pirates in the '60s Batman movie. The dehydrated, rehydrated pirates.
Oh, stand back. What injuries? My suit was damaged,
What happened?
and then I fell down a hill.
Yeah, I mean, I had a couple of bruises, but frankly, that happened just morphing.
When the armor slammed onto my body.
Okay, so is this going to be one of those big corporate guys that we never learn what they actually sell there?
Well, he blows buildings up, historical landmark buildings.
Oh, that's his trade, huh? That's an industry now, is it? Okay, yeah, I guess it sort of is. Demolitions, yes. Okay, fine. The name of this game is I Win.
I'm pretty sure I played that game with a 4-year-old.
Oh man, this villain is cracking me up. I just wish he would stay human all the time.
Yeah, he's better as human.
Because once he goes, he's just genericified when he goes monster.
Can you emote at all, please, when you're
Just
talking
a
about the
little bit.
dangers of the end of the world?
Seriously.
Ooh, I like him.
Toxoid! That's the Toxoid Avenger.
Cannon nose.
Tankatron.
Did you see him? He rolled his eyes when they tried to guard from the clearly video images.
I love it when people in a show like this are trying to play it straight. And they're like, oh man, those clearly incredibly silly things that are the silliest things we've ever seen are serious.
Hey, I've got this thing. I don't know what it does.
What are we doing to the dog?
The dog did it to himself.
Oh, well, I guess it's his own fault then. Oh, no, we went there. Now we got the talking dog. Okay, so we're going to lose our minds a lot more over the talking dog than the fact that we just became virtual reality superheroes or that our car can fly. By the way, I would like to retract the thing I said about the acting.
but there's helicopter robots constantly. I like that he rhymes.
Well, I think it's like a Well, why do we need magic spells if it's technology? Or is it magic? I guess it's magic.
Is is VR magic?
Well, I mean, he's got a crystal ball that's doing all that.
Yeah, okay.
So I guess there's like a magic technology infusion thing, which is just like what we have in Power Rangers.
I just imagine he's a high-ranking demon like Etrigan, and high-ranking demons
Now,
rhyme.
even this music, they're trying to sound like Ron Wasserman, but it's not Ron
I
Wasserman.
think it is Ron Wasserman.
Wait, is it? Wait, is it? Hold on, let me listen to the lyrics or to the guy to the voice. They sure didn't sound like it right off. Oh man, I guess I'm not gonna get to know right away.
It's not Ron Wasserman putting in his best effort. Let's see here. Its theme song is based on Ron Wasserman's "Go Green Ranger, White Ranger Go" song.
Well, of course.
Um, oh no, that was Cybertron when it was gonna star Jason David Frank.
Oh, okay.
Let's go to.
Was it gonna be in this? Was it ever supposed to be the same continuity?
It doesn't look like it.
Oh, okay.
Carl Zichter. I love his first name's Carl.
So far, this really does just seem like very generic Power Rangers.
Why do we keep cutting to this guy? I don't know what
I don't
he
know.
does.
Well, I think he's supposed to be both Bulk and Skull.
But he doesn't interact with the characters. Ryan Steele hasn't
Neither did
met
Bulk
him.
and Skull.
They were in the same frames.
Yeah, well, he just was with her.
It says, according to IMDb, series music is by Ron Wasserman and Jeremy Sweet.
Okay, but that I'm pretty sure wasn't his voice.
Maybe it was Jeremy Sweet.
But I didn't get to hear a lot of it, so I don't know.
Jeremy Sweet has no IMDb info when I click his name.
He was Ron Wasserman's roommate at the time. By the way, somebody explain to me why her clicking pictures with her camera is in the intro. Is that like her character thing that she's a photographer?
Well, they're like Judo Masters. Oh, there he is. I was gonna say he hasn't been in since the beginning, and he's in the intro.
Oh yeah, yeah. That was really good timing there, Eric. You just happened to start talking about that guy. I just want to see their monitor start randomly bouncing again for no reason. That was hilarious.
You know, that actually wasn't like that out of the norm. She could have just been like holding her hand like that. Like people do that with necklaces.
Yeah, that's true. I can't decide if the
screen
necklace
got a lot
is
darker.
more or less conspicuous than the wristbands.
At least the wristbands you could say are
Fashion
watches.
sets?
Yeah. I mean, it's not like they wear their belt buckles while they're walking around school. Which, by the way, I didn't know they were belt buckles for the longest time as a kid. Because they don't wear them as belt buckles and they hold them up. I didn't realize that they were supposed to be belt buckles. Wow, he's giant now.
Wow.
Or is that like a metaphor?
Yeah, it's a metaphor for how.
No, it was totally a metaphor. I was right.
Well, it might not be a metaphor. It might just be like in his head, like this is how I see myself. Wow. Yeah, that's a metaphor for how his control spans at least that side of the city.
Yeah, there's a problem. You're not giving us information.
Or delivery.
Problem is, we're paying you to do this.
Okay, we're establishing the heck out of this dark room.
Wouldn't it suck if their transformation ruined all the pictures?
That's exactly what I was thinking. We can make...
Hey, Ryan, you have to not be in the same footage as the other two VR troopers.
Power Rangers VR Troopers are really good at making lightning strike twice in the same place.
Hey, Saban tried as many times as they could to make lightning strike twice in the same place.
That's true. Yes, they did.
Oh,
So, do you get the sense that he recorded all of his dialogue in the span of about 20 minutes?
for all 92 episodes, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they did that with Zordon,
Ooh,
but to be
that's
fair,
cool.
most of that was
That was
voiceover.
like
Yeah,
Mystery
that was
Science
pretty cool
Theater
looking.
3000.
Yeah, it was. That was pretty cool looking.
If Mystery Science Theater 3000 met 2001: A Space Odyssey, which needs to happen. They're for reals.
Wow, we are sure saying that a lot right now. Wow, these guys are
Oh,
serious.
it's like a video game. I got
Blowing
weapons.
stuff
I
up.
don't just have to like fly around and get shot at.
That looks a lot like the mega ship in space.
It does kind of look like a mega ship in space.
I mean, folks, Power Rangers in space, not like just any random ship in
Well, I
space.
don't think we've
That
built a
looks like a
mega
ship
ship
that could be in
yet.
space.
Is that what we retired the rocket ship for?
Wait, where are we right now? What is happening?
Uh, tubes.
Are we in
Oh,
virtual reality right now?
all the
I don't know
conduits
how this.
converge here.
I don't know how any of this works,
Are
Eric.
they terrorists? Did they just set explosives to blow up this place?
I think so. Oh, okay, they are in virtual reality.
Are we sure about that?
Well, they just said that. We got to get back to our
Oh,
reality.
okay. Those guys are really creepy. I really like their face masks.
They are kind of creepy.
I also like that they
But
have like Spider-Man like under armpit like capes.
we talked when we were doing the Green Ranger saga about how it's really jarring sometimes going back and forth between uh, kinds of footage,
Right.
and this is a lot worse.
Oh, well, not just that, but you can clearly
Or
tell
like film quality. I mean, like
the Ryan Steele's footage is clearly from like a year before this because it's even darker and grainier, at least in some of the shots.
some of this looks like there's Vaseline on the lens. Like,
And I want to say, and I'm not an expert, so I
how do
don't
you
know
get
for
such
sure.
blurry film quality like that?
I think it's just the Japanese don't care as much about film as we do, so they use lower grade technology. It's like if you ever watch a Godzilla movie, like the biggest budget Godzilla movie of all time in Japan is like $15 million, and that came
Well, I
out in like
understand that, but it just
2005.
looks out of focus.
Um, but I want to say maybe I think both of these series came out before Ranger, which is what Mighty Morphin's based on. So that might be why it looks even worse. It might be a year or two before that footage was made, but I'm not positive. I'm not an expert.
Yeah, I'm telling you, this bad guy has a totally different personality when he's in monster form.
It's like it's not even the same actor.
Yeah.
Can you care about something?
um, I think what
He has
happened
a
was
ship
that
in his
guy
ship.
watched. I think what happened was that guy watched Power Rangers, and nobody told him that he wasn't going to be a head in a tube. I think he was like, "Oh, they're not even going to see my face." Would you be? I would not be at all surprised if that's what happened.
Maybe, but
Now he might just be not caring and not acting, but or maybe somehow that's what they wanted. I don't know. Like, okay, we want you to be as Vulcan as humanly possible.
God, he just needs so much elbow room. It's the largest elbows of anyone I've ever seen.
Oh man, I love this model stuff. It's that's great.
Oh,
General Ivar, he sounds like he comes from Dimension X.
why do you know that?
Hey, well, how would you know it? You're a dog. Just because you can talk, see what they didn't tell us was that he can both talk and now he can like see the future.
Oh, that's kind of nice. There's a monster driving the vehicle. You didn't get that often in Power Rangers.
That's true. You didn't. No, I will say, I mean, these fights are distinctively different from a lot of the way Power Ranger stuff was.
But to be fair,
But
that's the
it was a different
Japanese
show.
footage.
Yeah, exactly.
It's kind
Because
of
all
cool.
of
You never
the
got a vehicle
American
fight like
stuff,
this.
because all the American stuff is shot just like Power Rangers. Did you see that? Somebody took that toy tank and they rolled it down the side of that hill right there. That is exciting
That toy
and
tank
dramatic.
hit that other toy tank and rolled it down the.
I love that line. You handle that like a pro. You rolled that tank down that hill like a pro.
What just happened to his eyes?
What? What happened there? Why is he a cartoon dog now? That guy is no Lord Zed, man.
No, but he's kind of menacing when he's in human form. Thanks. I can feel how proud of us you really are.
Oh man, I can just feel the joy oozing out of your hair. Professor, give us just one good uh-oh. Oh, that's cool. The bad guy. What? That dog. But I don't know, the bad guy like breaking into their comms, that's cool. I mean, like, we made a giant deal out of that when that finally happened in like middle of season 2 Power Rangers.
Oh hey man, I'm glad I changed back in those clothes I was wearing in the beginning. Come back to this temple. I totally didn't shoot all of these scenes on one day.
He really thinks he's auditioning for Top Gun. All right, folks. Well, that's the end of that. Wow.
That was a pilot.
That was a pilot. Yeah. So it's generic Power Rangers with a talking dog. Like, well, let's.
There are going to be some VR Trooper fans offended.
Let's. Okay. Well, I apologize, but I don't know. That's just my first reaction. I mean, there are a few things that are different, but I mean, there are a lot of things that are analogous, though, right? Like you have the Zordon guy, and then the dog is clearly your Alpha 5.
I didn't even think of that, but yeah.
That teacher guy is both Bulk and Skull.
Is he a teacher? I thought he ran like. I thought he was like a journalist guy. I thought he was like their J. Jonah Jameson.
Oh, I thought he was a teacher guy.
Oh,
I don't know. I have no idea. But maybe we'll see him again in the next ones we watch. Well, anyway, tomorrow we're going to go all the way to the end of the season.
We're gonna watch episode 51 of season 1.
Are you serious?
Yep, Rise of the Red Python.
Okay, so we're gonna do what Eric is christening this show's Green Ranger Saga. And we will see you again tomorrow for that. I'm Captain Logan.
I'm Eric.
Thanks for watching.